guys, so I just watched The 100 for a second time because I wanted to make sure I covered all my bases. Hopefully I will. We saw in this episode Murphy and Josephine talking. And Josephine had a lot of conversations with a lot of the characters in the show, including Abby, Murphy, and her mother. During all these conversations, I was repeatedly reminded that one, Eliza Taylor is a fucking beast of an actress. Two, sometimes the bad guys are like the best characters. And three, that manipulation can really make a difference and get you where you want to be. Like, especially if you were Josephine, apparently. So yeah, like all three of those scenes with her talking to those three characters, oh my god, I couldn't help but feel like, wow, like she knows what she's doing. I think honestly the most understandable is probably Murphy, and then I think the most shocking, I think for me, I think the fact that her mother and father aren't even on her side with, you know, killing innocent people. Like, you know, it's kind of ironic that they seem like they don't want to kill people. They don't want to do what they've been doing for hundreds and hundreds of years, but that they've been doing it because they had to and they had a chance to bring their daughter back. So I guess in some ways I can understand that. But I mean, but the other part of me is like, I'm with Raven, which in this episode she was, well, I feel like she's even more angry about things. I think obviously what started the anger with Raven is obviously the fact that Shaw died in the first episode, and then of course she found out, and that was really, and I'm still like, what the fuck about that. But yeah, she's definitely not having it. And I mean, and she had a line in the episode basically saying that she hasn't done anything bad to survive, which I thought about it for a second. That might actually be the case. Like, it might actually be true that she hasn't really done anything bad, because I mean, I feel like that's a rolling theme in the show, is that they've all done things that they regret and that they had to survive, you know, even if they weren't the best decisions. And maybe she hasn't had to do that. I mean, maybe, like, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below, but I'm not sure. But yeah, she gave Riker a fucking hard time, which okay, if you don't agree with this next statement, let me know if you agree with me on this. But I definitely sense, I've actually sensed since they first met, some sexual chemistry between them, or sexual tension. Maybe I'm just making this up because I like to see people with other people. I like ships and I like relationships and everything. So, but I don't know what it is. Like, and Amori, like, I definitely would agree with a lot of people that I feel like Amori really needs more screen time. Like, she hasn't really had that much. And also, like, I feel like she's just kind of like Raven and Murphy's, like, you know, confidant slash girlfriend slash just, you know, helpful person, I guess. I don't know. Like, in those scenes where she's with Raven, I can't help but feel like, I mean, does she agree with Raven that it's bad? I just don't know where she stands, really. Maybe I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, Raven is definitely like, which I agree with her, I really do. Like, the fact that these people feel bad about it, but then they still do it. I mean, that's like the definition of, well, that's not the definition of insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting, I should say, a different result when, you know, it's not gonna happen, basically. So, I mean, I agree with her, though, that just because you feel bad about something, that doesn't mean that negates the bad thing that you just did, you know? Like, this whole Flame Maddie stuff, the only reason why I'm a fan of it is because it's different than other seasons. But honestly, I could give a flying fuck about the Flame, to be honest, because I just think that it's one of those storylines that if they were doing it the same way they've always done it, I would be like, fuck this. But at least they're doing it a different way, and I think that's the best thing about this show. One of the best things about The 100 is that every season is different, and that even this season, like, there's so many elements and so many interesting things. Like, honestly, when after the episode when, of course, they put Josephine and Clark, like, I thought that was gonna be the main arc, which I definitely think it is. But at the same time, there's so many different arcs this season, which I really appreciate. And I mean, again, you could say that for any season of this show, of course. But at the same time, I just feel like, wow. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to Maddie going a little bit dark, it seems like. Like, I think that just sounds like amazing. And I think that the dark commander that she's kind of being controlled by a tiny bit and influenced by. My brother told me that when he watched it, he thought that he looked like Voldemort. I kind of think he just looks like Palpatine or like a dark Sith or something. But yeah, he definitely, I definitely like his voice. His voice reminds me of something, I just can't think of what it is, but yeah. Disappointed that my theory about the temporal flare in the last episode is not probably gonna work out. You know, I said in my last review that I felt like maybe the temporal flare could help them bring back Clark, and maybe they could turn back time, but that's probably not gonna happen, I doubt it. But I was very intrigued, I'm very intrigued by this whole temporal flare Octavia Dioza storyline. Like, I think it's really interesting, especially since I didn't really expect it to go farther than it did. Like, I just expected her to just be dealing with this petrified, weird, witchy kind of hand. Like, it makes me think of a witch's hand or something. But yeah, the fact that, like, in this episode, they try to find like some kind of cure for it, and it doesn't really work, but then they find out that, like, the anomaly is like speaking to Octavia, the message, and it's just interesting. I'm very interested to see what happens next with that. Bellamy, oh my god, he made me so sad. Oh my god, like, I love Bellamy. Oh my god, he is the bee's fucking knees in my opinion. Oh my god, like, it's just like, every time he cried in this episode, I mean, I didn't cry, but yeah, oh my god. They all think that Clark is dead now, and Maddie banished Gaia, which is pretty crazy, and of course, Abby's gonna make Nightbloods, and Murphy is gonna just kill them all, and it's just, I'm just so intrigued by this season. Like, it's been so good, and and the last scene we see is Josephine going to bed, and then we see, like, Clark coming out, like she's going to bed, and then we see, like, Clark, like, waking up in that cell, and I saw on Twitter, like, ooh, plot twist, it was all a dream, the whole freaking series. But and then we see her, like, see all these, like, faces from her past, and, like, you know, people that she loves and stuff on the walls of her cell from the first season, from the first episode, actually. That was really cool. I haven't watched the sneak peek. There's a sneak peek on Twitter that I have not watched. I try not to watch it, but of course Twitter is not the place to go if you don't want to be spoiled. I'm just so intrigued by everything. I hope they kill them, and then I understand at the end of the day why Bellamy doesn't want to take revenge, because he is honestly trying to do better, and he's trying to, you know, I think he's trying to do better by Monty and by Clark now, and I think he knows that they wouldn't want them to go to war, but at the same time there has to be something that happens. I'm just looking forward to Maddie killing all of them and being like a badass motherfucking commander. I was very happy with this episode. Very, very good. I really like Josephine. I actually really like the scenes between Josephine and Murphy. They're really, really good. I'm actually surprised that Abby, obviously Abby still doesn't know, and I do think that she's going to, like, rain terror on them, like Bellamy said. I mean, like, if they're worried about Bellamy's revenge, oh, you best believe Abby's revenge is going to be even harsher. So, but I'm surprised that Abby couldn't tell that it wasn't Clark. I mean, it's her freaking daughter, for fuck's sake. I mean, I think there's definitely been moments throughout the past couple episodes that I think she definitely could, like, you know, like, she said, like, well, that doesn't sound like you, Clark, like, that kind of stuff, like, which, you know, but still. But I think she's so consumed by trying to save Kane and trying to find a solution for that, and I think she's also probably consumed by just her past and all of her, you know, by the dark years and her addiction and just everything. Like, she just has a lot on her plate, which they all fucking do. But good freaking episode. Seeing Bellamy cry by himself on that bench, oh my god, like, it tears my heart into two pieces. It's just like, like, and it just shows how much he cares about Clark. I mean, obviously, but, like, oh my god, like, and I mean, and also, after I first watched the show, I couldn't help but think about the fact that, like, this isn't the first time he's lost Clark. Losing somebody once is hard, but losing somebody more than once is really hard, and it just, and I think he really thinks that this is, like, really, like, she's gone. But luckily, like I said in that last scene where we see some remnants of Clark in Josephine's body, and in Josephine's body being Clark, it's kind of confusing. But yeah, like, obviously Clark is not dead, and I'm so happy. I mean, come on, like, it's Clark Griffin. She's the main character of this fucking show. She's not gonna fucking die, man. Like, who fucking thought that was gonna happen? Nobody. So, I definitely 100% did not think that would happen. She's the main character. She's a strong ass bitch. She survived this long. She survived 6 years, not by herself, but like, I mean, and we don't really know like how long into the 6 years she met Maddie. Like, as far as I know, I don't know. But I mean, come on, like, fuck. Like, I cannot wait for them to find out that she's in there somewhere. I mean, I think it'd be cool if, like, if Josephine, like, if we have a scene in the future where Josephine's, like, talking, and then suddenly, like, we get, like, a tiny bit of, like, Clark coming out or something, like, and then Josephine's like, bitch, please. I've been enjoying this season overall. I think, honestly, for me, the only thing that makes me, like, about is, like I said, the flame. Like, I kind of just want them to get the fuck, I just want them to stop talking about the flame in some ways. But at least they're trying to make it a little bit different with the whole, like, dark commander kind of thing. I feel like that's kind of a way to, and of course, like, the other thing is, like, those chips, those flame microchip things, like, they're obviously the flame also. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not, at least every season is different in every aspect of and this, I mean, that temporal flare is so interesting, and I just feel like everything in this season is really interesting, and I don't really, I mean, I've heard mixed reviews about this season. I've heard some people really like this season and some people don't, but my personal opinion, pretty good so far. I'm enjoying it, and I cannot wait for them to get Clark back, and I can't wait for Maddie to kill all of them, and I can't wait for, I don't know, man, I don't know what's gonna happen with Kane and Abby and, like, Octavia. Hopefully they'll find some kind of solution for that. But yeah, so I give this episode a big 2 thumbs big up. 2 thumbs big up, yeah. And I'll see you in my next review, and I love you guys. Bye.